Hi and welcome to my Soul Tribe. My name is Miriam Rose. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, set your bell on all, like, comment and share, as I really appreciate all of your support. Now let's get on with the video. Spiritual journaling is a powerful practice of keeping a record of your inner journey. The purpose is to explore your inner world and self, including patterns that emerge and breakthroughs and challenges you experience in your emotional and spiritual life. These days, more and more of us work alone or in small teams, often online. Many people work from home or work partly remote and partly in an office, while others piece together service and other jobs to make ends meet. Many people live alone. More individuals currently live alone than at any other time in history. There's plenty of time for reflection and getting in touch with your spiritual side and personal evolution. But the irony is that with all our digital devices, screens and smartphone apps, many of us rarely truly disconnect and get in touch with ourselves. Spiritual journaling is a way to do that. The practice of spiritual journaling is a way to begin to truly explore who you are and what you want out of life. It's a way to begin discovering common themes in your experiences and find meaning where you might have thought there was just chaos. Regular journaling tends to focus only on surface level thoughts and feelings, whereas spiritual journaling tends to dive deep into one's core fears, hopes, dreams, discoveries, and inspirations. The key to spiritual journaling is learning to free your mind from the idea of what you should be or are supposed to be. The key is to begin opening up to the idea that you have an authentic self that exists beyond all the labels. Free your mind, write your soul. Spiritual journaling and freeing your mind often go hand in hand. There can be a powerful symbiotic process. You write your deepest thoughts and feelings at the same time as you also become aware and accepting of how to let go of limiting beliefs. Now let's take a closer look at ways to keep a spiritual journal and stay engaged and active in the process. Keeping a spiritual journal doesn't have many strict rules, but there are some helpful starting guides and ideas for getting this journal started and keeping engaged with it. Start by buying a notebook and a pen. It can be a fancy or a basic pen and notebook, aesthetically dazzling or unremarkable. There are no rules on that score, only that you buy a notebook and a pen you find easy to write with. If you prefer to keep your journal on your phone or computer, that's also fine, although I personally find that having a physical notebook and pen makes it more of a ritual for me. I also use a fountain pen, which I find pleasingly classic and elegant to write with. The same is true for journaling as a spiritual practice. Try your best to write at least a short entry every day in your journal, focusing on how you feel, patterns you see in your life, challenges you have noticed, people you like or dislike, and what inspires, scares, or confuses you. Think of your journal as a completely non-judgmental person who is listening to you and understanding without judging why you're writing it or whether it is good enough to note down. If you want to write it down, it's good enough. It is very helpful if you have a big why about your reason for spiritual journaling. Try titling your journal so that the purpose of it is in the name. For example, a journal can be called Being at Home with Myself, or Learning to Love the Unknown, Finding Beauty in Life, Learning to Love, or Living in the Question. These are just some ideas. The title is entirely up to you. It's all about putting down an intention and main purpose or direction of your journal so that you are constantly reminded of it in little ways. The magic of spiritual journal is that you can't ever know what will come of it. It is a journey, but by putting an intention around you, help guide the type of journey you will have and develop much more self-awareness, engagement with others in your life. It will also help facilitate spiritual awakening in many other areas of your experiences in life, including in the struggles themselves. Another great technique for spiritual journaling after you have the materials and the main purpose as your title is to use daily or weekly prompts as inspiration. The theme of your journal contained in the title is a great thing to keep in mind and have written in large letters on the front, but within that theme can be a lot of different subsections and ideas and experiences to explore. That's why working from weekly or even monthly prompts can be extremely helpful and fruitful. Here are some examples of great prompts to work with. Number 1. Observe a plant or flower that you find beautiful or which impacts you in some way. What emotions does it bring up in you? What thoughts? Do the colors remind you of anything? Does it seem like a metaphor in some way? What would you write if you had to write a quick summary of the life of the blue orchid or life of the rhubarb? Number 2. Look at a painting or image that speaks to you and write about how it makes you feel and what it makes you think of. How does the painting make you feel? Does it bring up any memories, painful or joyful? Does it fill you with confusion, indifference? What would you paint if you were asked to show what your soul looks like or feels like right now for you? Number 3. Ask yourself questions that bring you into contact with spiritual thoughts and ponderings. For example, what do I fear? What am I hopeful about? What does God mean to me or the divine? Who have I met who embodies love for me? What unhelpful or toxic patterns do I notice in my behavior and reactions to life? What empowering and helpful patterns do I notice in my behavior and reactions to life? Number 4. Meditate and then write on a poem, holy verse or quotation. Find a holy verse, poem or quotation that speaks to you. It could be from the Torah, Bhagavad Gita, Quran, sayings of Buddha, poetry of Federico Lorca, or the New Testament. It might be a passage that really resonates with you from the Tao Te Ching, or the quotation from Michael Jordan or Michelangelo. It is really all up to you. The key is to find a passage that really speaks to you and is memorable. Then meditate on it for a while and write down what you think about it. You may struggle with the passage or disagree, or you may be confused by it. Write that too. It's all part of the journey. Number 5. Think of an upsetting conflict or joyful friendship or relationship in your life. What do you notice about the situation? Were there early signs that the people, events, or aspects of this conflict or joyous time would become what they did? Is there a common thread between this and other things which you clashed with or resonated with in life? What lessons can you see in what happened or what benefits? Number 6. Listen to a piece of music that speaks to your soul. What do you feel? What images come to mind when you hear this music? What thoughts do you have or memories? How does the music make you feel about yourself and your life? Does it bring up fantasies or fears about the future, or regrets or nostalgia about the past? Write it down, even if it's just a few sentences. Write them from the heart. Remember that it's all about quality and truth, more than quantity or what you feel you should write. Number 7. Consider integrating your dream journal and spiritual journal. Many cultures and religions and spiritual paths around the world consider our dreams to be journeys into the spiritual world. If you keep a dream journal, consider making it part of your spiritual journal. If you don't keep a dream journal, consider writing down thoughts and memories or dreams you have in your spiritual journal. They can bring you valuable insights and breakthroughs and are worth thinking about in a spiritual way. Going beneath the surface, these prompts are very useful for making progress in spiritual journaling. In addition, there are some helpful tips to stick to in making this process work to your full benefit. Now let's dive into some of them. Journal in the morning. The best time to journal is in the morning. Whether or not you remember your dreams, the morning is a time to get down your thoughts and work with a prompt before you have gotten into the work day. It's also best to do this before looking at any screens or turning in to media and the world yet. If possible, sit in a tranquil place indoors or outdoors and breathe deeply for several minutes. Then write down your thoughts and feelings using the prompts if you wish. Keep it short and sweet. Many people face challenges in spiritual journaling because they feel pressured to write a lot. If this is how you are feeling, you're not alone. Try to ignore this voice in your head telling you that you need to live up to a certain standard or produce a certain amount. A big part of freeing your mind and benefiting from spiritual journaling is learning to let go of the expectations and ideas of what you should be doing. Trust the process. The process of spiritual journaling is even more valuable than the results. The key is to think of this almost like working out or going to the gym. You won't see results if you think about what you realized or what you changed in the past few days. But if you spiritually journal for months or even years, you will notice life-changing things about your perception of yourself, other people, life and love. It's all about allowing the process to work and the self-awareness to deepen. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of spiritual journaling. And if you haven't begun yet, I hope you will begin your spiritual journal. And I would love to know, once you have begun your spiritual journal, what you think of it. I would love to know your comments in the comment section below. And if you are already a spiritual journaler, I would love to know your comments in the comment section about how you feel about your spiritual journaling. And if you enjoy celebrity news, then please visit my other channel called Miriam Rose. With absolute gratitude, love and light, cosmic kisses, till next time. Bye for now.